Hi, I'm Brad.
And I'm Steve.
Today we are going to taste the Black Magic RyPA from Sparta, Michigan. This is a American Black Ale. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and open the beer, and Steve is going to talk to you about what we are going to rate today.
So basically today we're going to look at the aroma, the appearance, the taste, and how it feels on the palate. Each one of those will be ranked from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest. At the end of that we'll have an overall score. It will be out of 40. Just to give us a little bit of background on this beer, you know, it's a hybrid of a porter, IPA, and a rye, so it should be a pretty interesting taste. It's pretty high in ABV. We've got 7.4% alcohol. We have some other scores from other places, so we can see kind of where we kind of fit in with them. We have Beeradvocate, which got an 81 out of 100. On Rate Beer, it only got a 65 out of 100. So that's a pretty big gap that we have to cover here. So I'm guessing our score is probably going to fall somewhere in the middle of that.
Right.
But we'll see. All right, let's give this a smell, hey? Yeah, you can definitely smell the hops, right? It's not overpowering though. It's actually pretty good. You know, just from the get-go, I can tell it's an IPA. Obviously, we got a lot of hops. The rye is kind of hidden. I don't really taste it as much as I thought I was going to. But being that it's a hybrid of a porter, it's pretty, you know, it's kind of in my palate, which I like. So for the first thing we're going to rate is the aroma. So like I said, that's a 1 to 10 score. For me, you know, it fits right in there. The hop smell isn't overpowering. You get a little bit of grapefruit smell. You know, it's to me right in line with the style, which is kind of its own style.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But for me, the aroma is probably right around an 8.
Same here. I would probably go with a 9. I do like the hoppy beers, so IPA is right up my alley. So I'll go with a 9.
Okay. The appearance, it kind of fits in the kind of dark brown category, I would say. When you look at it through light, you know, you can tell you can still kind of see through it a little bit, not much. So the appearance to me, you know, it's good. The head retention kind of surprisingly disappeared a little faster than I would have thought. It might just be the amount of hops that we have in there.
It could also be due to these were put through the dishwasher.
Oh, there you go. See?
So
I'm supposed to have this stuff on a level playing field. Okay, so I'm not going to knock it too much for that, but for me, appearance, probably a 9.
Yeah, same thing. What would keep it off a 10?
I'd like to see a little more head retention, but it could be due to the glass.
Well, and that's what I was thinking. It could be due to the glass, but the other glasses that we've used
also
were
dishwasher.
And the first one that we did, the Caribou Slobber, that you can check out that review. That did keep the head. So yeah, I would say if it had a little bit more head, it would be a 10.
Yeah. So just to recap real quick, for aroma we got an 8.5, went in between our scores. For appearance we have a 9. Now for taste, you know, to me it's very hop forward, and then the hops do linger, which kind of fits with an IPA.
Correct.
You know, I'm partial to porters to begin with anyways, so I was hoping there'd be a little more roasted flavor in there. But really I think the style is, I mean, it's its own style, so it kind of fits right there. I'm a little disappointed I can't taste the rye. So for me, I'm gonna give that one an 8.
Correct.
Taste.
Same pretty much. I wish you could taste the roast more in there, but I think this is probably the first porter IPA rye I've ever had, so maybe that's the reason I would like to taste the rye more too. If your name almost says rye, we should be tasting something. So I'll go with an 8 too.
Okay. And for the final one, the palate, you know, if we're looking at it from purely an IPA standpoint, the palate fits, right? You've got the kind of the frontal up front hop taste, and then it lingers for quite a while, which is kind of common with an IPA. So for me, you know, the palate feel, it's right there. It fits, you know, an IPA style. But like I said, I'm gonna knock it down to a 9. For the only reason is because I don't really taste any of that rye, and I don't really, you know, have that feel of any maltiness in there as well.
Right. I'm gonna go with an 8.
Okay.
I'm gonna knock it 1 for the rye and 1 for the porter, not, you know, porter being roast. I'm not tasting it, so I'll go with an 8.
All right, so that gives us an overall score of 34. This is, believe it or not, one of our higher ones so far. So I actually didn't know what to expect when we tasted this beer. You know, one of the surprising things I think is that I don't feel it's a 7.4% ABV.
Right.
Right. If you look at other styles that are IPAs, you know, some of them you can tell there's a little bit of alcohol in there. This one you really can't. I don't know if it's just because it's a black or if it's the rye kind of hiding it. So, but overall, pretty good beer for me.
I would probably drink this more in the winter than in the summer.
Yep, I agree.
Cool. We'll put a link to the actual website down below so you can see that. And that's about it for this one.
All right. Well, until next time, I'm Steve.
I'm Brad.
We'll see you guys later.